So, you're interested in tricking, but you want to know a little bit more before you dive in. I got you covered. Hey guys, my name is Zach Ferguson, and this channel is all about helping you guys reach your tricking goals. I may not be the best tricker, but hopefully my experience can help you guys become the best. Welcome to video number 2 of Beginner Week. What should I know before I start tricking? Let's dive right in. So, tricking is an amazing art. It's a great way to stay fit. It's a great way to connect with community, but it's extremely hard. And it's also pretty inaccessible to beginners. I and many creators like myself do a really good job of breaking things down for beginners. But to put it into perspective, intermediate level kicks from martial arts like Taekwondo or flips from arts like tumbling or gymnastics are basics in tricking. So that's what makes it really hard in a skill level perspective, because you have to learn so much to get good at tricking. But I don't want to discourage you. I just want to make sure you have realistic expectations for yourself and for what you're trying to do. So let's start from the very beginning. What motivates you? Why do you want to be a tricker? Why do you want to do these flips and kicks and twists? Do you want to show off and look cool for strangers and get all the girls? Well then, you're probably not going to get very good at tricking. You shouldn't learn this to impress people that you don't know, because you may be able to do a backflip and a lot of people on the street will be like, wow, cool backflip, bro. And then the interaction kind of ends there. It's like, neato. And then you just feel hollow inside and you walk home, because no one really cares that you can do a flip over your head unless you're doing it in Cirque du Soleil or something. And even then, people watch you and they're like, yay, and then it's over. You get some money for it. Different people are motivated by very different things. For myself, for example, I have been motivated by different things along my tricking journey. At the beginning, I watched a lot of anime and I played a lot of video games, and I wanted to emulate what I saw people doing in that, because flipping and martial arts just seemed kind of supernatural, especially if you could combine the two and do all these crazy movements over your head. It was almost like, because it looked dangerous, I wanted to do it because I wanted to master that danger and be able to overcome my fear and also do something cool at the same time. I didn't care if strangers liked what I was doing, because I thought it was dope. Once I started learning a few moves and I got a few goals, my motivation was learning more, because I was able to accomplish these things that I thought were impossible without much instruction. I was able to figure it out for myself, and that was a huge sense of accomplishment. So that sense of accomplishment motivated me to get more and more tricks. Then I joined communities like TricksTutorials.com and Club 540, and that motivated me because I saw the broad scope of trickers that were in the world and the amount of people that actually did the same thing that I was interested in. So then I saw the true scope of what could be done with just the human body. That's what's so cool about tricking, is that it's just you and a ground surface, whatever you got. So that concept alone still motivates me to this day. What kind of shapes can I make with my body, and how high can I fling myself using only my body? That's why I still like training on grass a lot, because it's a true equalizer of like, okay, am I really able to do this? Or concrete or something like that too. If I can do a trick on concrete, I know that I really have it down. And that's inspirational and a real confidence booster, because you know that you have mastered this thing that you wanted to get. Then my motivation was, I just want to get good enough to hang with these people that I see online. If I go to a gathering, I don't want to look like complete trash. I want to at least be able to do a couple combos and like fit in with these people that I see doing amazing things. I wanted to be one of them, and that motivated me. Then once I had those experiences and I went to a gathering and came back from it, I was motivated to train even harder, because I wanted to show those same people how much I progressed next time I saw them. So I was motivated to get better, because I saw not just digitally people doing things on video, but seeing with my own eyes in person really changed my perspective of what could be done with the human body. So that motivated me to get even better. It kind of was like a stamp of approval or a validation of like, wow, this is like really real and I could get this good. Then, once I got to a place where I was pretty satisfied with my tricks, I really had the dream of making money using my tricks because it felt kind of like you were like a mercenary or something. You had these skill sets, and then if you could apply your skills and get paid to do the thing that you really like to do, then that would be amazing because it's a very specialized skill set. But it would also be nice to love your job. So then I was motivated to prove my skills to a gym so that I could get into the gym. Then once I did that, I was motivated to build a community because I wanted to teach people from the ground up this amazing art that I know and see other people love it just as much as I do. So I needed to study and learn many different ways to teach tricks so that I could convey it to anyone approaching from any background. So it motivated me to get even better with my tricks because I needed to be able to, relatively not warmed up, show people good examples of tricks so that way they could see it firsthand for themselves and learn even faster than I did. And then these students that I was training started getting better and better and getting onto my level of skill and then surpassing me. So now I feel like Vegeta with the Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Guess I'll go super.
When was it that the transformation to the legendary warrior of the Saiyan race was reduced to a child's plaything? Yes, naturally, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Because things that took me years and years to learn, I taught them in 6 months or under a year, which was a major accomplishment for me, but also was a little frustrating. So that motivated me even more to train harder and harder to keep up with these guys that I was training. And while that's still my motivation, my current main motivation is you guys. I want to continue to get better so that I can continue to teach you guys new moves and to make sure that I can still hang with this community that I built online and in person. So like I was saying, everyone has different motivations. Motivation changes over your life, but the most important thing to remember is that you should be motivated by yourself and not anyone else. So think about why you want to learn tricking. And now that we've gone over motivation, are you even physically capable of tricking? So even though I was saying earlier that it's relatively unapproachable for beginners, it's gotten a lot better lately with things like Kojo's Trick Lab, Mastering Tricking, my own channel, and many other channels like mine, making it a lot more accessible by breaking things down for you guys. And like I said, the basics are really hard, but if you are not disabled and you can walk and run and get at least close to touching your toes, then you are physically capable of tricking. Because no matter how long you trick, you are never going to be satisfied with your level of tricking. So it's always going to be a work in progress. You can always work on improving your basic handstand. You can always improve on spotting with your tricks. You can always work on your kick form. You can always work on your flexibility. So you will always be improving. So there's no reason to be like, oh, well, I'm not this much of this yet, so I shouldn't start yet. If you can swing your arms up and down, you can do a tuck jump, you can run, you can walk, you can kind of like roll on the ground a little bit, then you are capable of tricking. So what is this community that I keep talking about? So the online tricking community exists in two main places. That is Instagram and Facebook. If you want to have long conversations about tricking, then I would recommend going on the tricking group on Facebook. If you just want to post your tricks and see other people's tricks and like their videos, then you want to go on Instagram. You can obviously do both on both platforms, but I would say for a beginner, the Facebook group can be super helpful, but it tends to be a little toxic if you ask the wrong questions. Whereas on Instagram, people will probably just ignore you. But that's just kind of the internet in general. Where the real tricking community exists is in your heart. Nah, I'm just kidding. Where the real tricking community exists is in your local tricking group, if you are blessed enough to have that, and at gatherings. I went over gatherings briefly in my last video on a brief history of tricking, and because 2020 is the worst, there haven't really been many gatherings, if any gatherings this year, but hopefully next year will be better and you can go to a tricking gathering. Where I was saying that online can be friendly, but sometimes unapproachable, at a tricking gathering, it is the most welcoming atmosphere in the world. Everyone there knows what you are going through because of the struggle of learning tricks, everyone wants you to get better at tricks and will either push you to get better at tricks or congratulate you that you are working really hard to get better at tricks. Everyone there loves tricking, and almost everyone there loves each other. At a gathering, we are literally a group of people who travel from all over the United States and or the world or your region to get together and do flippy kick twists over your head in the vicinity of each other and talk about our flippy kick twists. So everyone acknowledges that it is both the most ridiculous thing in the world and also the coolest thing in the world at the exact same time. Not to mention, gatherings are a place where you can literally physically go up to your favorite tricker and talk to them. As long as you're not being annoying, they will talk to you and probably hug you. And you can meet lifelong friends at gatherings. To find a gathering, once there are any gatherings, I will post a link in the description for some resources, or you could just type tricking gathering into Instagram using a hashtag and look at the results and see if there's any near you. You can also look for local trickers the same way. You can just type in North Carolina tricking and see who is tricking in your area, if there is anybody tricking in your area. And then maybe DM them and ask if you can have a session with them. And if you're really lucky, you might find a gym in your area that actually teaches tricking, which is literally unheard of when I started tricking. I currently teach 4 tricking classes a week, and we have tricking only sessions every other Friday with my local group. But this is because this is a parkour, freerunning, and tricking gym run by trickers and freerunners and traceurs that want to build the community and want to see new people doing what they love. So if you Google tricking gym in your area, maybe you'll get lucky and find a gym like mine that can teach you how to trick from the beginning, because let me tell you, if you have a coach, it's going to be 100,000 times easier to learn tricking. Just look at Shosei. And having a coach doesn't take anything away from you putting in the hard work to become a good tricker, because no matter what someone tells you, you still have to try really hard to get good at this. When can you consider yourself a tricker? Really, whenever you want. Whenever you call yourself a tricker. If you can do a round kick and a hook kick and you're like, yeah, I'm tricking, bro, then you're a tricker. It's your decision. But if you want some kind of benchmark, I would say it's when you can do all of your basics and you can combo maybe like 5 or 6 combos. But again, it's completely arbitrary. If you think you're a tricker, then you're a tricker. You'll know you're a mainstream tricker when you can do the forbidden combo. Cheat 9, hook, sideswipe, touchdown rise, cork. If tricking was a video game, then that would be when you were done with the tutorial. Will I ever get injured tricking? Yeah, probably. But if you learn to train safely, then you probably won't get any serious injuries, as long as you aren't trying to be a hero and huck double back when you only have learned a backflip like 6 months ago. If you make smart decisions, you learn how to fall and roll safely, and you practice your progressions, then you're probably gonna be all right. Sometimes there are freak accidents that happen where someone tears an ACL even though they're doing the same trick they've done 100,000 times, or there's like a hole in the floor. Rip Kojo. But even he says that he was aware of the hole in the floor and that was just a dumb decision that he made and he broke his ankle. For me, the only like catastrophic injury that I've ever had was working at a trampoline park, jumping from trampoline to trampoline, going to tell my supervisor something, and I was looking at him instead of looking down the trampoline. I just twisted my ankle really bad and tore ligaments. So the biggest injury I've ever had wasn't even from tricking. It was an ankle injury from a trampoline because I wasn't paying attention. It wasn't the trampoline's fault. You'll get sprains and bruises and you will get beat up, but you shouldn't really injure yourself that bad as long as you are training safely. But my best advice to you as a fledgling tricker is 1, never ever lie about your tricks. What I mean by that is, don't say you landed a double cork if you didn't land a double cork. The worst thing is, yeah, bro, I landed it the other day, but like, oh, my phone corrupted my footage. Or, yeah, I did it, but like, I just wasn't filming, bro. Sorry. But like, I totally had double cork. I can't show you right now because like my hip hurts a little bit, you know? But like, I totally got a double cork. Unless you can show someone in person or it's on video, it didn't happen. Just think of it like that. 2, if you ask someone for advice, especially on social media, post footage or give them footage of what you're asking for. It's like you're asking a doctor like, hey, doc, I have like this cough and what is that? what? Like without even going to a checkup or something, you're just asking a doctor like, I have a cough. It could be 100,000 ailments, but doc, tell me over the phone what it is that I have, without giving any other symptoms or signs or checking out your throat or anything. We, as more experienced trickers, need to see what you're doing so that we can tell you exactly what to do. If we are giving you advice on something, it's because we want to help you. If you don't give us footage, there's nothing we can do to help you, except for be like, do it better, bro. Do it more. Train a lot. I don't know. 3, if you want to get good really fast, learn all your basics solid, get them really, really clean before chasing big tricks. Everyone wants a dub or a shuriken cutter, but if you can't hook kick or gainer, how are you expecting to get those things? And if someone does give you advice, don't argue with them. Just try what they told you at your next session and then report back. Again, they want to help you. 4, who should you take advice from? Anyone, as long as they are telling you something that is safe. If you assess what they're telling you and you feel like it's gonna break your ankle, then don't do it. But just because you go to an open gym and this dude's got a fat beer belly doesn't mean that he doesn't know what he's talking about, because that might be the owner of the gym and he might have trained 10 to 20 Olympic silver to gold medalists and he's telling you exactly what to do right with your round off backflip, but you just assume that he's bad because he's fat. Don't judge a book by its cover. But if the advice sounds like it's gonna hurt you, then do not follow it. Safety is the biggest priority when it comes to taking advice from people. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you should know before you start tricking. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you would like to dive into tricking, then you should subscribe to this channel, because tomorrow I'm coming out with how to fall, how to roll, how to bail, so that you can train safely. And then we're gonna move on to what tricks you should start with, in my opinion. And then we're gonna move on to how to combo and how to train in general so that you can be pushed on your way to becoming a good tricker and be on your own. And you'll have a good sense of how to train on your own and how to apply what tutorials like mine tell you. And if you're watching this later than December, then all the videos are already out, so go and watch them. But thanks for watching either way, and please stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys later.